Hey guys, how's it going? Companion here. So I've been playing Van Helsing for a few days now, and I'm starting to actually have a lot of fun. But you know, in all seriousness, it's an adventure game. It's going to end when I do all the quests, and I decide that the game is pretty much beat. Had a lot of fun. Maybe expect the third in the series. And yeah, I made a video talking about this, talking about how the game works. You guys kind of know all that already. But one thing that really surprises me is when I've compared the game to other games like Diablo 3, people get kind of outraged. And I want to go over that. I want to go over the fact that these games, in my mind, are pretty much the same. And, maybe it's something to consider that, sometimes the small games aren't really so bad. So there are certain types of games that do well because of their size. Probably the best one that comes to mind is World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is a good MMO. I feel that its raiding content, its balance, makes it, a really good game. But the other parts of the game, pretty much all been seen before, often in better methods. But what makes World of Warcraft pretty much the best out of the MMOs is because so many people play it and the community essentially builds the game. And that's why I don't feel that MMOs that, kind of hinder new players, kind of, push people away who aren't very good or casual or, don't like certain things. If you can't amass a huge amount of people in MMO, it just won't be good, not because the game isn't good, but because there won't be enough people playing it. But when it comes to an ARPG, an RPG game, often this really doesn't matter. In some it matters, like in Diablo 2 or in Path of Exile, which in my opinion are two very, very similar games. It's important because it's kind of difficult to do well without playing with others and without trading. And these are aspects that are heavily involved in both of those games. But other ARPG games like Diablo 3 and, oh wow, like Van Helsing, it doesn't really matter at all. The multiplayer functions of Van Helsing are fairly non-existent. I mean, you can play with other people that have the game on your friends list, and you can trade items between each other, and yeah, that's about it. So there is no multiplayer. But the best part is that's pretty much exactly the same as Diablo 3. It's not like you're interacting with people that you're not playing with. You're only interacting with people within the game that you create. It's exactly the same. And in my mind, people got pretty upset that I played through Diablo 3. I got the new maximum level. I played around in Torment, played around in Hardcore, did a bunch of that stuff. It got to the point where I was just farming items and Paragon levels, and I quit because, it's fucking boring. And probably not that many people are going to be sad to know that after I accomplish this in Van Helsing, I am probably not going to play Van Helsing. And, people probably won't care that much because they won't know the game. But in all reality, there isn't anything that makes Diablo 3 what it is in terms of lore, any of that. I mean, not really, compared to Diablo 2. It's not like you're playing the next in a series. You're just playing a game that Blizzard made that has the ARPG genre, and it doesn't really have too many fantastic features yet. It has a lot of people that know about the game. It has a lot of people that really want to play this type of game. But, when it comes to Van Helsing, no one's really heard of it. It's small. I don't even know what the company is that made the game. So, what am I talking about? But the point I really want to get across is that there are some really good games out there. In my opinion, this is one of them, but I'm not going to get too attached. But at the same time, it's really important to see games for what they are, because when I was younger, I would just spend all day playing, everything as hardcore as possible, and I still do that to some degree, but I didn't really analyze the game I was playing. So, I'd play Minesweeper for days on end, listening to music, just really figuring out the game. And after a while, I kind of, felt a bit empty because, I realized that there isn't that much to the game. And these days, I try to get invested. I try to get invested in games that are kind of worth it, because they're games that I know I'll be playing for quite some time. And, those type of games, it hasn't been Diablo 3. It hasn't been even close. Path of Exile essentially nailed it for me for the ARPG scene. I played that game for over a year. But all in all, I kind of did all there is to do in that game, and for now, I'm just chilling out, trying a game here and there until a good one comes along. But I have to say, I've really enjoyed my time playing Van Helsing now that I've kind of figured out how to build a character and seeing it work, seeing it go through the game and exploring the content. It's good stuff. I know a lot of you guys absolutely don't care about the game, but, well, I'm sure I'll be playing Hearthstone pretty soon. I'm sure I'll be going back to a few of the games that I tried recently pretty soon. And, well, tonight I'm even casting a Hearthstone tournament. So, back and forth, having some good times, and hope you guys see it as just that. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.